Welcome to some of the important interview questions, and also this question is asked in many exams also too. Let's see. My name is Venkat. I am a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional. You're able to see my profile in Microsoft.com. What do you know about cloud services? That's the question. Cloud computing is one of the major important technology which arises in the current generation. Cloud computing is nothing but renting the technology. If I want to rent a software or an operating system or an infrastructure, a server, that's called cloud computing. A cloud service is said to be any resource that is provided over the internet. The most common cloud service resources are software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. If I'm getting the software as a rent, that's software as a service. If I'm getting the operating system via internet, that's called a platform as a service. And if it is a server, it's infrastructure as a service. So software as a service is defined as the software distribution model in which the applications are hosted by a vendor or a service provider and thereby made available to the customers over a network, typically over the internet. PaaS refers to the delivery of the operating system and the associated services over the internet without downloads or installation. IaaS involves the outsourcing the equipment which is being used to support the operations, including storage, hardware, servers, and networking components, all of which are made accessible over the network. So SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS are sometimes referred to as SPI model. Here is the next important interview question that explains how you troubleshoot with your customer. So customer is really an important factor. We have to accept it in a business. So satisfaction is one of the important criteria for the customer. So understand the customer's point of view is the foremost one. So we should identify the problem for the customer, find the appropriate solution and fix the problem. And the important one is following it up on the solution, follow up. So the first one is identifying a problem. So sometimes the customer doesn't have a clear explanation what is wrong and is completely normal, because they don't know the technical terms of our business. Only their expectation is towards your product or services and it is disappointed now. That's it. So for this problem, we have to identify a solution. You should have a good use of your analytical thinking, and we need to identify a solution so the customer will be happy. The final one is fix the problem. So we need to fix the problem. So at last, the customer has agreed on a solution. He'll briefly apologize for the problem, and now you can fix it and close the issue with no such issues. And after closing the issue, we need to have a follow-up on the solution. That's really important. The next problem is do you know what DNS means? Domain name service. See, actually, in the internet world, we got google.com, which is understandable by the human, but for the computers, it knows the number that's called IP address. So, converting your English term or a typical user understandable term into computer known thing is done by the great person DNS. So DNS is abbreviated as domain name system, a service or server, an internet service that translates the domain name into IP address. Because domain names are alphabetic and they are easy to remember by the human. But overall internet is based on IP address. Every time you type the domain name, therefore your DNS service must translate the name into the corresponding IP address. If I type the name www.wikidiki.com, it might translate into the particular IP address. You can see the example here. So the DNS system is in fact its own network. If one DNS server doesn't know how to translate a particular domain, it asks the another one. And it will go on until the correct IP address is returned. So like this server will have multiple servers which will take care of processing the name into the IP address. That's it. We got a lot of interview questions and a lot of videos in our channels. Go to youtube.com, search for Wikidiki technology tutorials for technology videos. For interview, it's Wikidiki interview tips. For school information, it's Wikidiki School, and for health information, it's Wikidiki Health and Entertainment. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for regular updates, and if you have any questions or any doubts, you can post your questions or doubts so that our expert team will answer it. So here is our website and this is our Facebook page. Thank you from wikidiki.com.